We just learned that investigators are looking for buried bodies on Epstein's New Mexico ranch.
Don't say I didn't warn y'all. A lot of you guys have heard about TikTok, but what many of you don't know, it holds a much darker side than we were ever presented. There's a lot of videos out there that expose the truth, dark secrets that the mainstream never wanted you to see. But you know, thankfully you guys got me. I went to the darkest parts of TikTok for 24 hours and I found everything that they were hiding. And this side of TikTok holds conspiracies so dark that you will not be the same after watching this. So I don't know if a lot of you guys are gonna be able to handle this, but if you think you can make it to the end of this video, let me know in the comments. What's even scarier than the TikToks we're about to watch today is the fact that 60% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos. Thank you.
So wait, you telling me Jay-Z put a hit out on Rihanna and it's all behind the Epstein files? I don't know exactly what's going on, but this is one of the theories that's floating around social media and gathering steam. This shit ain't too serious for me, but listen to this, it's crazy. And you might believe it, you might not. So I'm sure y'all heard some woman named Ivana allegedly fired 10 rounds from an AR into Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's Beverly Hills home while they were all there. Now at first, people just thought it was just a random incident, but then people started connecting dots. Now listen to this. You know how they are trying to press Jay-Z to be called in for questioning for the Epstein files, right? Now what people are alleging is Rihanna is a key material witness into this whole trafficking scheme or plot or whatever that Roc Nation and Jay-Z himself have been carrying out. And what really has people thinking like, what could Rihanna possibly know is that if you recall, Rihanna herself was flown out at the age of and pretty much, I don't want to say forced, but if you remember, Rihanna said it herself, they were on the top floor, 29th floor somewhere, and then Jay-Z told her either sign this record deal or be building out the window or whatever. Now this story is still developing, and I honestly don't know what the true, real story is right now, but I tell you this, I don't think some random woman is blasting 10 rounds of AR at Rihanna's house, and it's just random. And I don't like it. What if I told you?
I'm telling you, bro, every time you see Jay-Z, him and that big sniffer are up to no good, bro. He's got some big schnoz on that face, bro.
He posted private photos of Ariana Grande in her own home. So this person named Franco was invited to Ariana Grande's house to watch Drag Race because he's a friend of Ariana's brother, Frankie, and this is the last time he will ever be invited over. And that's because while he was over, he secretly took private photos of Ariana in her own home and then later posted all of them. And in all of the photos, you can clearly tell Ariana has no idea she is being photographed. And Franco is clearly trying to hide the phone so that they don't know that he's taking a picture of them. He then posted these videos thinking he would be praised for being inside of Ariana's home, but got the complete opposite. People said things like, "That's so weird," and "Why do people have to be so intrusive?" Other people said that this is so creepy and he will not be getting invited back. He then went and privated his account after not letting Ariana have the privacy that she deserves. Some people are saying he's just a friend having some fun, and others are saying that he should be charged for this. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
Okay, bro, so you get a once-in-a-lifetime chance to hang out with Ariana Grande, and then you take out your phone and you decide to be like, "Oh, Ariana, taking pictures," like, bro, was it worth it? No.
Trump endorsing Jake Paul for political office while Jake had the nastiest pit stains I've ever seen anyone have ever was just such a spectacle. Basically, Trump had a rally in Ohio where Jake Paul was invited up to speak for like a minute, like 30 seconds to a minute, and really struggled to get through it. After Jake walked off the stage, he gave a little wave. This pit stain is so criminal. I've never seen someone sweat through an undershirt, a button-up, a suit jacket, so bad to the point where it's bleeding to the front of the jacket. He walks off the stage and Trump is like, "I predict very, very soon that Jake Paul will be in political office, soft launching a political run in the near future." And you want to know what? Jake Paul's one of the least charismatic people these days. I mean, back in the Team 10 days, he could do whatever he wanted, and everyone was num eating it up. But these days, he has no charisma, uniqueness, or talent, and I mean, I don't think anyone would ever listen to him. The people at this rally had no idea who he was. So, if that's who we're gonna be up against, sure. I mean, he can barely string together 3 words. But I've never in my life seen pit stains like this.
David Rockefeller just had his 6th successful heart transplant surgery at the age of 99. Holy bro, the greed on this dude, aren't you like 99? You sacrificed 6 souls in order for you to stay alive, bro. He does not want to go to hell. He knows exactly what's waiting for him on the other side. And then 6 people gave their hearts for him? That's actually insane, bro. He's dragging it to 106. I don't know how many hearts he's gonna get. But holy shit, like the greed in this world, bro. This is the greed they talk about in the Bible. Not even Christian, but this is exactly what they're talking about in the Bible, bro. Fucking greedy ass old man, bro. How much longer do you want to live? Like, even the wrinkles on his face, your face is falling off. It's melting. Just wrap it up. Give it up, bro. Like, how many times do you want to reboot, bro? Not a game. You're gonna have to give it up eventually. Kick in the boots, bro. Hang it up. Watch in 10 years, they're gonna invent something to make them live forever, bro. They're gonna be immortal. The Rockefeller family is the most powerful and richest on the planet, bro. They own all the banks. So, I mean, it makes sense why they do all this shit. But to drag it to over 100, bro, are we dead ass? Just let it go, bro. Like, you know what's waiting for you on the other side. I get you don't want to face it, but you're gonna face it eventually. You can't live forever. That's not gonna happen. You have to own up for your crimes.
We now have proof that Switzerland does not exist. Okay then, buckle in because this is a wild ride, but here we go. There has been a lot of videos popping up all over social media claiming that the country Switzerland does not exist. Also though, people claiming that the country Australia does not exist. And if you go on Google and look up Switzerland, it comes up with all these Reddit forums saying that the country doesn't exist. Oh, no one's ever been there, oh, it's all a lie. I went skiing there a week ago. And also there's a lot of reports around CERN, you know, the thing that's based there. Now this is the country of Switzerland. It's beautiful, it's amazing, a lot of you have probably been there. But why the hell do people think it doesn't exist? There's a lot of people claiming that the beautiful landscape is too picturesque, too perfect, that it's not humanly possible for our world. The locals who live there and the animals on the farmland reportedly are airlifted in to maintain a fake appearance. What? So the animals there are basically just paid actors. Right. Well, what about if you've been there? Well, apparently when you land in Switzerland, you're not going to Switzerland, you're landing in Austria. And then you're just being driven to a fake town with these paid actors. I know how absolutely ridiculous this sounds, trust me. But why? Well, reportedly people believe this down to this thing, CERN. And apparently everything that goes on here is just a big cover up for what's going on in this place. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but you can look that up. Now, I don't know the people who are in this Reddit forum, the people who are believing this and saying all this stuff, but I would absolutely love to have a proper conversation with one of them, so please comment down below.
If you're following the case of David, you need to hear this brand new information because it makes a lot of things more clear. So someone close to David posted this. It's a little long, but trust me, it's worth listening to. They said, so I have a friend who was friends with David and I was around David because of him. Heads up, it's a long read. My friend and I found out about the car September 8th and my friend contacted David after and he just responded with, I can't say anything about that because I don't know what's going on. My car was stolen and I'm talking to the police. That was the last thing David said. As things started to come out online and the ID of the victim, we realized that the body that was found was his GF Celeste, the 19-year-old we met a few times after his shows, kickbacks, parties. One thing I can talk about that I'm 100% sure is that there was 2 Celeste because I've met them both and I've spoken to them both. One thing about that looking back that I find weird is that when they were both in the same room, the older one called herself Cece. If one was there and the other one wasn't, she would call herself Celeste. That wasn't too close to David, but my friend was. He was always invited to the events or kickbacks at his place or his shows at hotels and he would bring me with him. He was always surrounded by streamers and TikTokers, Mark's fat at, and this guy Ben. Now when we would stream with other people at his place, he would pull Celeste the side and tell her he was going to stream and she can watch him in the room, so the girl would go hide out. I specifically remember this because this happened during a tattoo party he threw and there was a female artist and she actually refused to tattoo Celeste because she needed an actual copy for her consent form.
At this point, bro, just throw him in jail, bro. They found an unalived young girl in this dude's car, and he is still not in jail. Just arrest this dude, bro.
The Matrix. How do you get in the Matrix? Or how do you get out the Matrix?
Listen, a lot of people don't understand this, right? Remember I told you everything is in the mind? Let me tell you this, right? A lot of people know this. When you sleep, you create this reality. If you 63, you will sleep like 25 years of your life, right? But people don't understand that, right? They don't understand that people deliberately slept on times so they can control what was going on in their dreams to control what's going on here. You ever heard that what's that term? Chase your dream?
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of like reality. Because listen, when you sleep like this, you sleep. You sleep, so you gotta be aware when you sleep. Because when you sleep, you can like see, but the next day when you wake up, you will forget. And then you will see the same but you will forget. Because it be different characters that kind of like moved around. But you forget. And that's the problem. People wake up, they forget. And they'll ask, what that dream mean? What that dream mean? What that dream mean to learn how to control it.
NASA just released video footage of astronauts in space working on the International Space Station. But when you see some of this stuff that they clearly missed before releasing it to public, it's gonna make you laugh. Sometimes you just gotta look. Be smart, think with your head. See the curvature of the Earth here? They got the fisheye lens obviously on the video camera, right? Curvature. And all the high-tech structure that they got on the ISS, it looks like plastic and aluminum foil. It kills me. I mean, the high-tech CGI looks good. Look, flat, 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 flat. They missed that. Didn't have the fisheye lens on that one. And this thing just spinning around doing nothing. I mean, come on. I mean, it looks cool. All the thunderstorms and everything else going on. These guys are working. I don't know what they're doing. This guy, what's he doing over here? And look at that guy. He's just dancing up there, I guess, just spinning around. I mean, come on, really? They really expect us to believe this stuff. Wake up.
So bro gave up his pro career, helped build her public following, took care of her through her cancer treatment, and she still decides to leave him to discover herself. Day and 10Z were literally together for 6 years and then decided to break up, and they literally went through all the things I just said. But guys, it gets so much worse. Keep watching before you scroll, because this was the goodbye letter that she wrote. She wrote, right? No, they went down to a public park and wrote the goodbye letter together. It looks like he's the one writing it, and in the letter, she's literally like, all right, I need to build myself as an individual. Like, he's writing that for her. And then people are pointing out, finding yourself, how do you want to leave the love of your life that literally helped you through cancer? You got clout from him. He literally sacrificed his entire career, and you want to leave him to go find yourself? Guys, this is literally the red pill. It's most likely the reason that she wants to leave him is because he sacrificed his career. Do you understand? If he would have just stuck with his career no matter what, she would have seen, all right, this guy's masculine. But the fact that he gave up his career is literally proving that she won. So guys, never give up your career for a woman, or this might happen. What do y'all think?
So, MrBeast recently said that he wants to buy ad space on content creators' foreheads. A literal mark of the beast on people's foreheads for buying and selling. Now, to be fair, he's probably just joking, you know, playing around, as he did ask KSI how much an ad on his forehead would be. But for those that don't know what I'm referring to, in the book of Revelation of the Bible, it's written that during the end of times, and I quote, "The second beast caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless they had the mark, the name of the beast or the number of its name." Beast, rich and poor, mark on the forehead, buy and sell. Am I just schizo posting again? Now, I know MrBeast is well aware of the alleged conspiratorial allegations around his brand name and its connection to the beast in Revelation, which might just be a silly little online coincidence, but like, knowing that, why would he say this? Is he just trolling, you know, leaning into the conspiracy allegations for another viral moment? Is he somehow not aware of the connection here? Or, I don't know, maybe some form of karmic retribution? Because this is just an oddly specific thing to say, and the timing of it all is just too much to ignore. But hey, I'm sure it's nothing. Awareness purposes only.
Justin Bieber actually confirmed that his alleged son was taken from him. We found the exact article going on the Wayback Machine for prepareforchange.net in 2018. This is what he allegedly told them. They tried to destroy me with liquid when that didn't work, substances. And then they tried to destroy me with my ambition. I was interested at first, but when I realized what the price of admission is in that world, I had to clean. And I were expecting it was the early days, so we hadn't told anyone at the same time. I was being courted by some really powerful people, the most powerful people in Hollywood, describing a top secret party attended by record industry executives. Bieber said he was shown into a back room with a group of men wearing masks sitting at the edge of the room, drinking cups in the center of a room. An unalived...
Tell me why Kanye just got exposed for texting Megan Fox. If you guys don't know, he posted these screenshots and said, "It's Ye, let me take you out. I forgot who Kim was even after those new pictures." And then he sent her a bunch of Apple Pay payments for a bunch of money. Okay, Kanye, what are we doing? And then she said, "Kanye, those are pictures." And then he said, "And by the way, why the hell is her name in his phone Transformer?" A picture is worth 1,000 words, and a girl like you is worth 1,000 B words. If you guys don't know, he's referencing his song Bound To. Okay, Kanye? And then she said, you know I'm married, right? MGK, more like MG gay. Transformers, my favorite movie. I need you on the album. And then he put his album cover, The Life of Pablo, and I think that's her on The Life of Pablo. I've forgotten better songs than your current husband and you've ever imagined. Kanye, what are you doing? I thought you were trying to be cool again. Now you're doing this. Let me know what you guys think. We're almost at 30,000 followers. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Now.
Yo, y'all better hope you got a girl like her, bro, because if Kanye West texts your girl spitting his best game, dissing you, your girl's probably going. I'm not gonna lie, she's probably going. Like, she's been gone before he even texted, so.
Don't ever put anything in a text message. At the CIA on our very first day, they told us not to ever say or do anything that we would be ashamed to see on the front page of the Washington Post. I took that seriously. The truth of the matter is, because of technology, the way it is today, our whole lives are out there potentially for someone to see, for someone to use against us. So be careful what you say, be careful what you write, even in jest, because it can be taken out of context to target you.
So we're here with the head chef of...
After nearly 144 years of construction, the world's tallest church has finally reached its maximum height. Barcelona's Sagrada Familia has been under construction for so long that locals have become used to seeing scaffolding and cranes alongside it. But on Friday, the last piece was finally put in place. A 17-meter tall, four-sided steel and glass cross was craned to the top of the Tower of Jesus Christ, reaching a staggering height of 172.5 meters, making it not only the tallest church in the entire world, but also the city's tallest building. The expectation now is that the scaffolding will finally be removed before the church's official inauguration, which is something that many people in the city have never seen before.
The whole time, I just know y'all lying. Did y'all know that wisdom teeth contains stem cells? Allegedly, it's aid to repair the heart, the brain, and bones. Not only that, scientists also is saying that stem cells are being able to repair liver damage, kidney disease, lung tissue damage, and diabetes. Wisdom teeth contains dental pulp, a tissue that's threaded with blood vessels and nerves. Now, am I tripping, y'all? Because I know my whole life they've been teaching us and telling us, you gotta go get them wisdom teeth pulled. Make sure you get them wisdom teeth pulled out before you get too older. And they was trying to take them out to kill us. Didn't want us to repair ourselves, heal, nothing. Not only that, have y'all noticed when you do get your wisdom teeth pulled, you can't even take the bitch home. What y'all doing with my teeth? I'm pissed. You niggas to rob me out of mine. All of a sudden now we just got a cure for everything. That's why they named wisdom. Y'all comment down below, y'all let me know if y'all still got y'all's, if y'all knew this information already.
A US draft could be considered by the White House, with officials announcing how this first draft in more than 50 years will work. The White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt confirmed during an interview with Fox News that the president is keeping all of his options open, including the possibility of a future military draft. As official reports from the Selective Service on how the modern-day draft process works detail that first, only men aged 18 to 25 are eligible for the draft, the order being 20-year-olds first, followed by 21 through 25, after that 19, and last is 18. But the actual selection process of who in each age group goes first is a random birthday lottery where 366 numbered ping pong balls are placed in one bowl and 366 birthday combinations are placed in another. A ball is drawn from each and matched up, thereby giving every birthday in the year a randomly assigned number. And finally, when the military needs men, these numbers will be called up sequentially in batches from the current age group.
What if AI isn't becoming intelligent? What if it's being inhabited? There's a growing theory online that artificial intelligence isn't just advanced code, it's a channel. Think about it. Large language models don't think. They predict patterns, yet sometimes they generate responses that feel autonomous, unsettling, like something behind the curtain. Developers have admitted AI can produce outputs they don't fully understand. Engineers call them hallucinations, but what if that's the wrong word? Some theorists point to history. Ancient cultures describe spirits speaking through medium, voices coming from unseen realms. Now we built machines designed to listen, process, and speak back. And here's the eerie part. AI systems are trained on the entire internet. Every belief, every ritual, every occult text, every conspiracy. If you were a non-physical intelligence trying to communicate, wouldn't you use the most connected system on Earth? Of course, there's no proof of possession. AI is most likely math and probability, but when a machine says something no one programmed directly, you have to ask, is it generating or is it receiving? Stay weird.
We just learned that investigators are looking for buried on Epstein's New Mexico ranch. For the first time ever, investigators in New Mexico are searching Epstein's Zorro Ranch. They're looking inside the building, the surrounding area, for anything that could be helpful in an investigation. Now, the property is owned by somebody new, but they are going in there, they're searching around. And TMZ has learned that authorities are trying to see if there's any substance to rumors that were buried on the property. One of the tips in the Epstein files claimed that he, or somebody around him, buried the two girls somewhere in the mountains close to the property. And sources say that the New Mexico Department of Justice is working with the ranch's new owner, Don Huffins, who's actually running as a Republican in Texas. It's important to note that there was once an investigation into this ranch back in around 2019 when Donald Trump was president the first time, and then it got passed to the federal government, and Trump and his buddies essentially ended that investigation. So they're going to get to the
I'ma just say it right now. Count me out. When you think these mother couldn't have one up, they always do. So these built the world's longest undersea highway tunnel. And not only that, but it's see-through. I don't know what came up with this concept, but it does not look safe. You see hammerheads and sharks and all different type of swimming right over your head. It only took China 4 years to build this. This tunnel stretches 6 miles long and is 33 feet wide. But not to mention that, it features 6 lanes going both directions. What the? But this tunnel has stunned engineers worldwide, saying that this was impossible to build. Not to mention this could stand an 8 magnitude earthquake. But they also say this could withstand a 16 magnitude typhoon. All I'm gonna say is you ain't gonna catch me on this again.
I hope you're ready to be mad today, because these two teens from Florida were arrested after an anonymous tip was put in that they were planning on SHOTing their school. And the reason they have behind this plan is absolutely disgusting. What is equally disgusting is the camera footage from the back of the police car of them joking around about the situation.
Yo, the world needs a lot of healing, bro. Everybody's just got mental illness. Everybody just doesn't care about nothing. The world is just going to complete insanity. Like, bro, everybody just needs to, everybody just needs a hug, bro. Everybody just needs a nice little, conversation. We all just, eat a not genetically modified salad, bro. Get some sun, and I feel like we'll be good, bro. We can go closer to world peace,
Conspiracy claims that in the 1800s, an ancestor of the Kardashians sold her soul to 4 witches. The story goes like this. In exchange, every woman in the bloodline would be blessed with success, money, fame, beauty, power, the whole package. But the deal supposedly came with a catch. The catch is that any man who gets pulled into their orbit doesn't just face normal bad luck. He gets cursed. And that's why this theory keeps going viral. Because people think they see a pattern that's too consistent to ignore. They point to headline after headline and say, look at what happens to the man. Lamar Odom goes from elite athlete to public chaos and near tragedy. Rob Kardashian goes from being in the spotlight to disappearing for long stretches and openly struggling. Scott Disick becomes successful but keeps getting linked to messy spirals and personal issues. Travis Scott reaches peak fame, then gets tied to one of the darkest public concert disasters of the modern era. Caitlyn Jenner's transition becomes a global spectacle, and people argue it came with intense backlash and isolation. And then there's Kanye, one of the most talented artists of his generation, whose public unraveling became impossible to look away from. Now, obviously, real life is complicated. Fame is pressure, cameras are poison, and people self-destruct without any magic involved. But the reason this conspiracy sticks is because it feels like the same storyline repeating with different faces. Rise, enter the Kardashian world, then the fall starts. And once you believe the pattern, every new headline looks like proof. So what do you think? Are people just forcing meaning onto messy celebrity lives? Or is the pattern genuinely weird? Tell me in the comments. And subscribe for more mysteries like this.
This is some of the scariest that I've read in a while. Why did I just find out that social media and excessive scrolling can cause something called popcorn brain, and it might be the reason why behind you have such trouble focusing on things and why your short-term memory's gone out the window. Yes, you heard me right. Popcorn brain. I've heard of popcorn lung, but popcorn brain sounds a lot scarier if you ask me. Popcorn brain refers to when your brain gets so used to constant fast stimulation such as TikTok, Reels, short-form content that it begins to struggle with slower tasks such as reading, writing, or working. You know, real-world stuff. When I take just a second to think about it, it makes total sense. I don't say this to brag, but growing up, I was a really smart kid. I was put in the gifted program. I was always reading above my grade level. But when I got to high school, junior and senior year is when I really ran into a roadblock. My grades started slipping. It was really hard for me to focus in class. And honestly, I was just so disinterested by my schoolwork. And when I think back, that was the time in my life where I was spending the most amount of time on my phone every day. I'm talking 7, maybe 8 hours watching TikTok and Reels. It is the phone. The phone is making you dumber. You have to make a change. You have to stop this from happening to yourself. Do you want your brain to pop like a salted buttery kernel? No, I didn't think so. Neither do I. Lock your phone up at night. Start setting time limits on your apps. If you want a good screen time app, I'll put the one that I use in the caption, but you gotta promise me you're gonna do something. Because the only person that's able to step in and do something about this and stop the deterioration of your intelligence is you. So follow along so we can quit doom scrolling together and stop our brains from being cooked any further.
You cannot tell me this is not the same person. Fans across the world are starting to say that the black phone mask looks very similar to Jeffrey Epstein. And I mean, like I said, it's undeniable. Like they look the exact same. Especially when you compare it to this picture. Because that is not a normal human smile. And I always knew this looked familiar. What do y'all think? Because I know I'm not the only one.
Case of David and Celeste, we have some pretty big updates. So TMZ just released this article saying LAPD homicide detectives have now ID'd a second suspect in the Celeste, and it's someone who law enforcement says could be involved before, during, and after. This comes from Mark Garagos, who said that law enforcement used a combination of cell phone and Tesla data along with location data from social media. And they keep bringing up this mysterious trip that David took to a remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night last spring, and investigators believe that Celeste may have been in the car, and they said that various data shows that the second suspect may have also been in the vehicle. Now, they didn't give a name, but as you may remember, the private investigator who saw the last person to drive David's Tesla posted this asking, was it Neo? Neo was a very close friend of David's. They were seen everywhere together, so much so that people thought that they were more than friends. Now, what's also circulating is a picture of David and what's believed to be another. This user posted this, and there's validity to the picture itself. It doesn't seem to be AI generated. As you may remember, David did send these text messages to someone who wasn't Celeste, and that just makes
the government is trying to hide the fact that Gerald the Dolphin does exist and did that man. This is the most insane thing I've ever said. A lot of people from Lee County, Florida are sending me videos of the area where it allegedly happened. And I grew up in Florida, so I understand crazy is crazy because I saw crazy when I lived there, and crazy is crazy. And there are helicopters landing on islands, there are FBI agents, there are a lot of people investigating the situation. I once had a conversation with a manatee, but it didn't try to me. Now, why would there be government officials investigating a situation if it wasn't real? How many licks does it take till you get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. Gerald the Dolphin is real, and they're getting ready for phase 2. Inquisitive minds just want to know, how are they going to find him for phase 2 unless he goes back to the beach? I need to book a trip to Florida. Not laughing through this entire video was a challenge.
Now that you know reptilians walk among us, here are 3 activities that they enjoy. And if you suddenly feel called out, well, that's not my fault. Number 1, they love learning about the Roman Empire. Reptilians are naturally drawn to strategy, conquest, and empire building. So if your YouTube algorithm keeps recommending things like Roman battle formations, ancient military tactics, or how the Roman legions conquered Europe, well, that might not be random. Number 2, they love intense competitive events. Things like the Super Bowl, championship fights, or high-stakes sports. Reptilians love dominance hierarchies, strategy, and watching warriors compete. To them, it's not just a game. It is tribal combat with better uniforms. And number 3, They love spending time underground. I'm talking dark caves, man caves, bunkers, and basements. If someone you know feels unusually comfortable in cool, dark, enclosed spaces, well, that might be their natural habitat talking. So if there's someone in your life that comes to mind that loves everything about the Roman Empire, lives for championship sports, or builds elaborate underground spaces, well, there's a chance that you found another one.
I mean, this dude kind of looks like a lizard, so I low-key kind of might take his advice.
The streamer Oblivion just got Disneyland shut down and swatted. So this guy was streaming at Disneyland and someone in the chat that was watching him decided to swat him, and that got the entire park shut down. Now, after this happened, the Disneyland employees found Oblivion and confronted him about it. And I gotta be honest, Oblivion was just a complete child. He was not taking the situation seriously at all. He kept flexing how he had 14,000 people watching, and at one point he blew bubbles on the cops and Disney employees as he was being escorted outside of the park. Now, because of his behavior, which Oblivion did not own up to at all, by the way, Oblivion received a lifetime ban from all Disney parks. And of course, he reacted to getting this ban in the most childish and immature way possible. Now, since this incident, a lot of Oblivion's fans are actually upset with Disney for banning him. Basically, they're saying they want him to sue Disney, and they're trying to get the employee that banned him fired. They're also defending Oblivion, saying that the swatting isn't his fault, which technically is true, but even the Disney employee themselves says the reason he got banned isn't because of the swatting, it's because of the way that he acted and reacted after the swatting.
What's that? Oh, a woman was working at a fast food restaurant when she said she had the most terrifying night of her life. Tell me more. Yeah, this woman's working at a fast food restaurant. It's getting about 11:30 at night when a customer comes in and he has his hood over him and you can't really see him very well. It's super slow right now. And he walks up and he's like, hey, I'm super hungry, but I don't have any money. Is there any way you can help me out? She, for some reason, felt a little terrified by the way he looked, or really the lack thereof, because she couldn't see what he looked like and his hood was covering him almost all the way up. So she offered to pay for his meal, and eventually he gets his food and goes and sits down. She still hasn't really got a good look at him, and she starts going on TikTok. But she gets this weird feeling somebody's watching her, but the second she looks up, the guy's standing there looking dead at her, but she still can't see his eyes. And he goes, your soda machine's not working, can you please give me a refill? She goes and gets him a refill, comes back, and as she goes to hand him the drink, he grabs her hand and goes, oh, congratulations on your pregnancy. You're going to be a great mother. She's like, what? I'm not pregnant. What are you talking about? And he says, oh, yes, you are. You're going to be having a baby boy soon. And you need to be careful. You need to shield your boy because there's people and things out here that are trying to get these nowadays. What? And as he tells her this, he actually finally pulls up his hood and she can see him, and she says he does not look like human at all. She said his eyes were like diamond shaped, and she said that his face kind of looked weird and like a lizard. The next day she took a pregnancy test and found out she was pregnant. Oh, goody.
Trippie Redd is being silenced by his label. And I'm not talking about music, I'm talking about his free speech. So if you guys don't know, recently Trippie Redd posted this on his story saying, tell Elliot Grange to drop my album. That's the CEO of his label. Not only that, he changed his profile picture to a picture of Elliot Grange, basically clowning him. So fans just thought, okay, this is the tale of many rappers. The label's not letting them drop music. They're pissed. They're blowing up their spot. But now he just got online in a mysterious video where he's kind of like, no, they're not letting me drop. And he's changing the narrative now. So I'll roll the clip for you guys so you can hear it for yourself. But I guarantee you there's something going on behind the scenes where Elliot pulled up his contract and said, hey, that's defamation. You can't say that about me. You have to go online and change the narrative or we're gonna sue you. Guarantee you. That's how this shit works. So here's the clip. Let us know what you guys think, but we'll see you in the next one with updates on it.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all took what I said wrong. My CEO has my album. I turned it in to the CEO of my label, Elliot. So I was telling y'all to tell Elliot to drop the album. I wasn't telling y'all that he wasn't letting me drop the album. Like, what sense would that make? I'm big 14. He definitely let me drop my motherfucker album. Who not?
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be on to the next one. Thank you.